Have you ever imagined a world without wildlife? A world devoid of the melodious songs of birds at dawn, the rustling of leaves as squirrels scurry about, or the mesmerizing sight of butterflies fluttering around flowers? It's a bleak picture, isn't it? Wildlife plays a pivotal role in maintaining the delicate balance of our ecosystems and enriching our lives with their sheer diversity. From the humble bumblebee that pollinates our crops to the industrious earthworms that decompose organic matter and enrich the soil, each creature, no matter how small, contributes significantly to the circle of life. Even creatures we might consider nuisances, like spiders and bats, are vital for pest control, keeping populations of insects in check. Without these creatures, our ecosystems would crumble, our food chains would collapse, and our lives would be less vibrant, less colorful. Just imagine, without wildlife, our world would be a vastly different and potentially barren place. Wildlife is not just about the big and famous creatures we often see on television. It's an intricate tapestry of life that stretches from the smallest microorganism in the soil to the majestic blue whale swimming in the ocean. When we talk numbers, we're actually talking about an estimated 8.7 million species that exist on our planet. Yes, you heard it right, 8.7 million. This includes everything from animals, plants, fungi, and even bacteria. Among these, 1.2 million are animal species that have been described and cataloged by scientists so far. But let's break it down further. The animal kingdom is a vast and varied place, with creatures of all shapes and sizes. The largest animal on Earth is the blue whale, reaching lengths of up to 100 feet and weighing as much as 200 tons. On the other end of the spectrum, we have the fairy fly, a type of wasp that is barely 1/20th of a millimeter long. Our planet's biodiversity doesn't stop there. These species occupy an impressive array of habitats, from the highest peaks of the Himalayas, where snow leopards prowl, to the deepest depths of the Mariana Trench, home to extraordinary creatures like the fang-toothed fish and giant amphipods. There are species that are perfectly adapted to life in the scorching deserts, like the fennec fox, and others that thrive in the freezing polar regions, like the emperor penguin. Within this vast biodiversity, each animal, each bug, each bird, and each microbe plays a unique and crucial role. They are pollinators, decomposers, predators, prey, and much more. As we can see, wildlife is incredibly diverse, with millions of species playing unique roles in their ecosystems. This rich tapestry of life is not just fascinating to learn about, but it's also crucial for our planet's health and our own survival. Unfortunately, many of these amazing creatures are under threat. In the grand tapestry of life on Earth, numerous threads are fraying, fading, and being lost entirely. The causes are many, and the consequences dire. Habitat destruction is one of the primary threats to wildlife. Every day, vast swathes of natural habitats are lost to deforestation, urban development, and agricultural expansion. This loss is not merely geographical. It's a loss of homes, of food sources, of entire ecosystems. Climate change, too, is a relentless adversary. Rising temperatures, shifting weather patterns, and increasingly extreme weather events are reshaping the world as we know it. Animals are being forced to adapt to these changes at a pace that evolution can't keep up with. Polar bears are losing the ice they depend on for hunting, coral reefs are being bleached by warming seas, and migratory birds are thrown off course by changing seasons. Then there's poaching, a more direct human-inflicted harm. Despite laws and regulations, the illegal trade in wildlife continues to thrive. Elephants are killed for their ivory, rhinos for their horns, and tigers for their skins and bones. It's a ruthless business that values profit over life. The numbers are sobering. According to the World Wildlife Fund, over 27,000 species are currently at risk of extinction. That's more than a quarter of all assessed species, and the rate at which species are becoming extinct is accelerating. It's estimated that we're losing species at up to 1,000 times the natural background rate. But these numbers aren't just statistics. They represent real animals, real ecosystems, real losses. Each species that disappears is a thread pulled from the tapestry, a note silenced in the symphony of life. The threats to wildlife are real and immediate, but there is still hope. We have the knowledge, the tools, and the power to make a difference. It's up to us to decide what kind of world we want to leave behind for future generations. Each one of us has a role to play in protecting wildlife. It's not just about the grand gestures, but also about the everyday actions that add up over time. Individuals can contribute by reducing waste, recycling, and using less plastic. These small steps can significantly decrease the amount of litter that ends up in our oceans and forests, threatening wildlife. Communities can rally together to create safe spaces for wildlife, like community gardens or local parks. These spaces provide habitats for a variety of species, encouraging biodiversity. On a larger scale, supporting wildlife conservation organizations can make a huge difference. These organizations work tirelessly to protect endangered species and their habitats. Finally, advocating for stronger wildlife protection laws is essential. Governments worldwide need to enforce stricter regulations to prevent illegal hunting and habitat destruction. Remember, every action counts when it comes to protecting our precious wildlife. So, why does wildlife matter? This question has guided us through a journey uncovering the integral role that wildlife plays in our world. It's not just about the stunning diversity of creatures populating our planet, but also the intricate web of life they weave together. Each species, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, plays its part in maintaining the balance of nature. We've also navigated the somber reality of the threats wildlife faces. From habitat loss to climate change, these challenges are monumental, yet not insurmountable. The responsibility falls on us to safeguard these precious creatures and the habitats they call home. Through conscious decisions, from supporting sustainable practices to advocating for protective legislation, we can make a difference. We can be the guardians of our planet's wildlife, ensuring its survival and continued diversity. In the end, protecting wildlife is about preserving the rich and diverse world we all call home.